Poor power supply has been a major challenge to the industrial development in Nigeria, despite the billions of naira sunk into the system by the federal government. The Nigerian Electricity Distribution Company have mandated an increase on electricity tariff by 87%. I'm standing here in one of the 11 distribution companies in Nigeria, precisely the Enugu Electricity Distribution Company. My name is Tracy Dominic, and on today's episode of Deep Dive, we will be talking about the new electricity tariff with Emeka Eze, the head of communications. Walk us through this new tariff. What is the amount, the current amount? Yeah.
Okay, I'll say that the details of the amount will still be made available to our customers. Okay. What we actually want to push out now is the information that come 1st of July, it will become effective. But details of the actual tariff will be shared with our customers once it's released.
Once it's released by July 1st?
Before July 1st.
So how much was the amount before? Can you disclose that?
Okay, it varies. You know, before what we had was a situation where you had different classes of customers. You have the industrial, you have the residential, 1 and 2, and it cuts across. But what this new tariff is aimed to achieve is to, compress them into 3 different categories, as a non-maximum demand customers and maximum demand customer 1 and maximum demand customer 2. So we now compress them into 3. So the non-maximum demand, that's mostly residential customers, fall under that category. So they will now be on that band, while the maximum demand customers and the industries and all those hoteliers will fall within the MD1 and 2.
So you're saying the new tariff is for a specific customer?
For starters, it's gonna cut across. But there's a way it's structured now such that customers that enjoy more availability, more supply availability will have to pay more, while those that are not enjoying as much as those customers will have to pay less. As a matter of fact, the customers at the lower end, those that enjoy a minimum of 4 hours, their tariff will not be increased at all. And that is to enable the distribution companies hasten up to improve the quality of service to this category of customers so that you can migrate them to the upper band where they can pay as much as those customers that enjoy more. And that informs the reason why we have this tariff tagged service reflective tariff, because it's now the tariff will be based on the availability or the supply the customer is enjoying. So you have, for instance, a customer that is enjoying minimum of 20 hours will not be paying the same thing as customer that is enjoying minimum of 4 hours or 8 hours. So the 20 hours customer will definitely pay more. And you come down to 16 hours, you come down to 10 hours, you come down to 8 hours. So the tariff will be graduated along that line.
Okay, so that's what the service reflective means.
Service reflective. So it's a reflective of the quality of service or service quality that these customers are getting.
For the amount of hours they use per
The amount of hours, yeah.
Okay, so how many people, some people believe that this COVID-19, in the crisis in the country, it's very, very saddened. Some people believe that this is not the appropriate time to actually hike the price of electricity tariff. It's kind of insensitive in their opinion.
Yeah.
What can you say about
in as much as we share the same view, but remember that we are also here to provide service, and in providing that service, we need to be sustainable. So we need to be able to we don't have any reason not to provide that service. If you now say people should not pay, or the business should not be able to apply the right tariff to the product, it will cripple the whole system. Remember, there's a cycle, there's a value chain, and that this value chain depends on this tariff to be efficient. The generation companies, for instance, those are the people that generate this electricity. They need to pay the gas suppliers. Over 75% of the gas, the generating plants we have in the country are fired by gas. Gas is priced in dollars. And you know the depreciating nature of the naira and the inflation rate. These are things that impact on the quality of service that we render to customers. So the end users, as the customers, are complaining that in view of the COVID-19, we buy electricity. The market operators, they don't know that there's COVID-19. They throw the invoice at you at the end of the month, and you're supposed to pay. There's no other place we'll get this money other than from the business. So if you're saying because of COVID, we should all fold our arms, that means the system will definitely collapse. So we are a going concern, we're a business, we need to be sustainable so that we'll be able to provide you that service. Even when you are home, as a result of the COVID, you'll be able to have power to use your appliances and enjoy life, as it were.
Okay. Like 2 months ago, this new change would have actually taken effect around April, but it was postponed until now. So what changed?
Okay, it's just a case of shifting the goalpost. Okay. Postponing the evil day. Remember, the need for this tariff review is long overdue. If you look at the tariff we have currently, it was designed when dollar was 198 to dollar. Today, dollar is about 400 and something. Let's just use 400 to a naira. So we are buying electricity at 400 per naira, and we are selling at 198. You can imagine the gap. So that gap is what is informing what we might say inefficiency. Because if you're not pricing your product, if you're not allowed to sell your product at least at a cost price, there's no way you can be efficient. So for us to come out of this space where we are talking about epileptic power supply, talking about poor metering, space of metering and all that, these are things, these are projects, these are initiatives that need funding. And this funding will come from this same business. So consumers that enjoy this will have to pay the right price. It's just like you go to a bread factory, a loaf of bread is going for 100 naira, and you're meant to be selling it at 40 naira. It won't be long, that bread factory will close up. So that is the state we are in now. And the need for the tariff review, in as much as there are constraints, there are challenges out there, but we should see this as a business that needs to be sustained and efficient. And for us to move forward, we need to price it rightly, and that's what we are trying to do now. What changed was just that maybe the federal government was being sensitive to the situation at that time, and in a bid to buy time, it was shifted. But you can never shift it. You can't shift it forever. There must be a day will come and take that bold step. Okay, it's something that if we do now, it will all see the benefits. There are projects that we need to embark on, and we need funding to do that. And these funds will come from the business.
So the estimated bill customers, do they suffer much as compared to the prepaid meter customers?
When you say suffer, it's relative. There are some estimated customers that choose to be on estimation. That means they are enjoying more. By the time you meter them, they won't be able to enjoy as much as they're enjoying in that category. Whereas there are some people that are complaining that that is not okay with them. But the good thing is that the regulator and the federal government came up with an initiative that will enable those customers in that group to migrate to prepaid platform. The meter asset provider scheme, which it was designed and approved by the regulator, is a program for customers that are not metered, those in that estimated bracket, to apply and get themselves metered, so that there won't be that case of estimated billing and all that. Okay. So, but I would say that the billing is a function of the supply that we give to customers and their category, while we also open our doors to those customers that might have one or two issues concerning their bill, to approach us and present those issues, and we investigate and address them.
Okay, every change comes with outcome. People are going to expect a positive result from this new increase.
That's
so would this new increase improve power supply? Can you see that it can give 24-hour power supply or close to it?
Okay, I would say that this is a journey. Okay, it's a journey. It's not something, but it's geared towards that. It's geared towards getting uninterrupted, getting quality service, as customers now. But it's a journey that starts from somewhere. When I was talking earlier on, I made reference to people that will be enjoying minimum of 24 hours. There are people that enjoy that, but you mentioned it somewhere. Somebody will say in this country, but there are people that enjoy close to 24 hours, but they are paying premium for it. So you can't eat your cake and have it. You want to have 24 hours and you don't want to pay for it. Gone are the days when these services are not paid for. Now it's a business. There was a time it was like a national cake. Everybody will cut his own. But now it's a business. We import energy and we distribute, and we expect the return to come, so that we'll be able to sustain the sector and improve on the position where we are now.
You join the school of thought that says Nigeria will pay their bills if there was constant power supply.
Okay, this is something we've been hearing over the years, but it's important for us to mention here that electricity itself is not a cheap commodity. So if we've had situations where we improved availability to a particular area and the customers came saying they don't want, that is too much, that they can't pay. So it goes to show that the purchasing power of an average Nigeria will answer that question. But what we are trying to do is to, improve on availability. There's a number of hours that our customers enjoy, and we hope that they pay for it. We have challenges that impact on some of these activities, things like energy theft, situations where energy is imported and being distributed, and people still, even those that have been metered, they bypass the meters and divert the loads. That is not good enough. They have been metered. The meter is supposed to record the consumption, but they've gone the other way to tamper with the meter so that they can be stealing energy. Some of them, because they feel what they are paying is too much. So it's no longer a case of me having supply and I'll pay for it. Okay. Are you ready to pay for it? Because we are ready to provide it, and we want people to pay so that the 247 can be actualized.
Okay, thank you very much. It's been great having you on the show.
Thank you.
Well, we've all heard it. The reason for the new electricity tariff and the intention behind the increase. But one question still remains in the mind of the masses. Will there be sufficient power supply after this? Let us hope. That's all for today's show on Deep Dive. Until I come your way next time, my name is Tracy Dominic. Do well to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel on MyColorTV and on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at MyColorTV. Thank you for watching.